Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Hey Bolo, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, 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 Radha Ramana Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Govinda, Govinda Govinda, Govinda Govinda, Govinda Govinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radharamana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hey Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radharamana Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hey Bola Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol, 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 Haribol. Bolo Haribol, 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 Haribol. Bolo Haribol, 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 Haribol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Hey Bola, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Bolo, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya, Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Gaura Bhakta Vinda, Gaura Bhakta Vinda, Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Bola Gaura Bhakta Vinda, Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Ram, Ram Rama. Hey Bolo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Premanandi Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Jai, Gaura Premanandi, Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. Okay, so today we are going to read the Dialectic Spiritualism, a Vedic view of Western philosophy by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So let's see if I can find the page I was reading. Let me see where it is. Mm-hmm. Okay. Where is it? 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to read today from Dialectic Spiritualism. This is a book written by Srila Prabhupada. Of course, he's written so many books, but this is a very interesting book. And it says here, no one can enter into Krishna's abode without being a purified bhakta. That is stated in Bhagavad Gita. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tatvata. Tatumam tatvato gyatva vishitetad anantaram. Which means one can understand the Supreme Personality Godhead as he is only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of the Supreme Lord by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Bhagavad Gita 18.55. Krishna never says that he can be understood by jnana, karma, or yoga. The personal abode of Krishna is especially reserved for the bhaktas and the jnanis, yogis, and karmis cannot go there. We should always be thinking of Krishna. We should act in such a way that we have to think of Krishna all the time. For instance, we are discussing the philosophy of Socrates in order to strengthen our Krishna consciousness. Therefore, the ultimate goal is to strengthen our Krishna consciousness. Therefore, the ultimate goal is Krishna. Otherwise, we are not interested in criticizing or accepting anyone's philosophy. We are neutral. Without Krishna consciousness, we remain on the mental platform. Being on the mental platform means hovering on that platform. We are not fixed in devotion. It is the business of the mind to accept this and reject that. But when we are fixed in Krishna consciousness, we are no longer subjected to the mind's accepting and rejecting. As soon as the mind wanders, we should immediately drag it back to concentrate on Krishna. While chanting, our mind sometimes wanders far away. But when we become conscious of this, we should immediately bring the mind back to hear the sound vibration of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is called yoga abhyas, the practice of yoga. We should not allow the mind to wander elsewhere. We should simply chant and hear. That is the best yoga system. Also, we must approach a bona fide guru, or a bona fide guru, in order to learn the truth. This is the instruction given in all the Vedic scriptures. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna himself advises, Tad vidi pranipatena paripasnena sevaya, upadekshyanti te jnanam, jnaninas tattvadarshina. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 34th verse. A guru who knows the truth is one who has seen the truth. People say, "Can you show me God?" It is a natural tendency to want to know something by direct perception. This is possible by advanced devotion. As I have already explained, Santa Sadaiva Hridayesu Vilo Kayanti. The realized devotee is constantly seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shama Sundara. You can constantly see the Supreme Lord as Paramatma, sitting within your heart, and you can take advice from him. Krishna also confirms this. Buddhi yogam dadam yaham. Yoga means concentrating the mind in order to see the supersoul within. Therefore, you have to control the activities of the senses and withdraw them from material engagement. When your concentration is perfect, when your mind is focused on Paramatma, Krishna, you always see him. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yoginam api sarvesam mad gatanantaratmana shadavan bhajate yo mam sa me yuktatamo mata. And of all yogis, he who always abides in me, meaning Krishna, with great faith, worshipping me, meaning Krishna, in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the best and is the highest of all. The perfect yogi sees God constantly within. That is perfection. The process that Socrates used gave his disciples a good chance to develop their understanding. When a parent raises his child, he first of all takes his hand and teaches him how to walk. Sometimes he gives the child freedom to walk on his own, although he may sometimes fall down. The father then encourages the child, saying, "Ah, you are doing very nicely. Stand up and walk." Similarly, the guru gives his disciple the chance to think properly in order to go back home, back to Godhead. Sometimes when a person comes to argue, the guru says, "All right, what do you consider important?" In this way, the person's position is understood. An expert teacher knows how to capture a fool. First, let the fool go on and speak all sorts of nonsense. Then he can understand where he is having difficulty. That is also a process. Okay, let's keep quiet, please. Keep quiet, please. Without good association, we cannot develop Krishna consciousness. Narottama Dasa Thakura sings, Tadera Charana Sebi, Bhakta Sanivas, Janame Janami Hoy Eya Bilas. My dear Lord, please allow me to live with those devotees who serve the lotus feet of the 6 Goswamis. This is my desire, life after life. Nama Sankirtana. The aim of this Krishna consciousness movement is to create a society in which devotees can associate with one another. The basic principle of purification means unless we know what is moral and what is immoral. Unfortunately, everyone in this material world is more or less immoral, but we still have to distinguish between good and bad. Therefore, we have regulative principles. By following them, we can come to the spiritual platform and transcend the influence of the 3 modes of material nature. Passion is the binding force in the material world. in a prison, prisoners are sometimes shackled, and similarly, material nature provides the shackles of sex life to bind us to this material world. This is the mode of rajas, passion. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Kama esa, krodha esa, rajaguna samudbhava, mahasano mahapapma, vidi enam iha vairinam. It is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath or anger, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world. Rajaguna, the mode of passion, includes kama, lusty desires. When our lusty desires are not fulfilled, we become angry, krodha. All this binds us to the material world. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Tadarajas tamobhava kamaloba dayaschaye cheta itar anavidam sitvam sattve prasidati. As soon as irrevocable loving service is established in the heart, the effect of nature's modes of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desire, and hankering, disappear from the heart. Then the devotee is established in goodness, and he becomes completely happy. When we are when we are subjected to the lower material modes, Rajaguna and Tamaguna, we become greedy and lusty. Ethics provide a way to escape the clutches of greed and lust. Okay, please keep quiet. Please keep quiet. Then we can come to the platform of goodness, and from there attain the spiritual platform. If we seek the supersoul within, our meditation is perfect. But if we manufacture something in the name of transcendental meditation in order to bluff others, it is useless. When an ignorant child touches fire and is burned, he cries. His distress is due to ignorance. An intelligent person will not touch fire because he knows its properties. Therefore, ignorance is the cause of bondage and suffering. It is due to ignorance that people commit many sinful activities and become entangled. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita, Itai damnist sammido gnir jnana sarva karmani brahmas sat kuru tattva. As the blazing fire burns firewood to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes all the reactions to material activities. The fire of knowledge consumes all sinful activities. To this end, there is need for education. People are born ignorant, and education is needed to remove their ignorance, since they are born illusioned by the bodily conception. People act like animals. They therefore have to be educated to understand that they are different from the material body. Why is it that some people who receive this knowledge later reject it? It is not perfect knowledge. When one actually receives perfect knowledge, he becomes good. This is a fact. If one is not good, it is because he has not received perfect knowledge. Because the soul is by nature good, the living entity is covered by the inferior modes of material nature, by passion and ignorance. When he is cleansed of this covering, his goodness will emerge. The soul is originally good because it is part and parcel of God, and God is all good. That which is part and parcel of gold is also gold. Although the soul is covered by matter, the soul is all good. When a sharpened knife is covered by rust, it loses its sharpness. If we remove the rust, the knife will once again be sharp. Does the existence of evil in the world mean that there is absolute evil? Absolute evil means forgetfulness of the absolute truth. Krishna is the absolute truth, and lack of Krishna consciousness is absolute evil. In terms of the absolute evil, we may say that this is good and that is bad, but all this is mental concoction. Moral reality is necessarily personal. If a man is moral, we say that he is honest. If he follows no moral principles, we say that he is dishonest. Thus, morality and immorality refer to a person. How can we deny personal morality? Certainly, all good, God is good, and this means that he is full of morality. That is the law of karma. If I work hard in this life, I earn money. If I study hard, I acquire education. However, if I neither work nor study, I remain poor and uneducated. This is the law of karma. According to the Vedic Varnashrama Dharma, society is divided into 4 castes: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Sudra. Each caste has its particular duty, but that duty is connected to God's service. In other words, everyone can satisfy the Supreme Lord by performing his duty. By walking, the legs perform their duty, and by touching or holding, the hands perform their duty. Every part of the body performs a duty allotted to be. Similarly, we are all part and parcel of God. And if we do our duty, we are serving God. This is the system of Varnashrama Dharma. Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvarnyam maya sristam guna karma vibhagasa. According to the 3 modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, the 4 divisions of human society were created by me, meaning Krishna. It is further stated, Yata parvritir bhutanam yena sarvam idam tatam swakarmana tam abhyarcha siddhim vindati manava. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all-pervading, man can, in the performance of his own duty, attain perfection. Thus, the respective duties of the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Sudra can be dovetailed to the service of the Lord, and by doing so, any man can attain perfection. We must understand what morality is. Morality means discharging our prescribed duties without hindering others in the execution of their duties. That is morality. Knowing oneself through pure reason alone will take time. Of course, in European philosophy, there is an attempt at more independent thought. But such independent thinking is not approved by the followers of the Vedas. The Vedic followers receive knowledge directly from authorities. They do not speculate. We cannot attain knowledge through speculation because everyone is imperfect. A person may be proud of seeing, but he does not know that his eyesight is conditioned. Unless there is sunlight, he cannot see. Therefore, what is the intrinsic value of eyesight? We should not be very proud of seeing or thinking because our senses are imperfect. We therefore have to receive knowledge from the perfect persons. In this way, we save time. According to the Vedic system, we receive knowledge from Vyasadeva, Narada, and Sri Krishna himself. This knowledge is perfect because these personalities are not subjected to the four defects of conditioned living entities. The conditioned living entity has a tendency to commit mistakes, to be illusioned, to have imperfect senses, and to cheat. These are the four imperfections of conditioned life. We therefore have to receive knowledge from those who are liberated. This is the Vedic process. If we receive knowledge from Krishna, there cannot be any mistake, nor any question of illusion. Our senses may be imperfect, but Krishna's senses are perfect. Therefore, whatever Krishna says, we accept. And that acceptance is our perfection. A person may search for years to find out who his father is, but the immediate answer is available through his mother. The best way to solve this problem is by directly asking the mother. Similarly, all knowledge received from the perfect liberated person or from the mother, Vedas, is perfect. To do good work is also recommended in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is possible to go home, back to Godhead, if we always work for the benefit of others. This Krishna consciousness movement means benefiting others 24 hours a day. People are lacking knowledge of God, and we are preaching this knowledge. This is the highest humanitarian work, to elevate the ignorant to the platform of knowledge. Real improvement is realizing God and our relationship with Him. In order to come to this platform, morality or purity is required. God is pure, and unless we are also pure, we cannot approach God. Therefore, we are prohibiting meat eating, illicit sex, intoxication, and gambling. These are immoral habits that are always keeping us impure. Unless we abandon these impure habits, we cannot progress in Krishna consciousness. Then morality, if we take to Krishna consciousness, if we take to Krishna consciousness, we automatically become moral. On one hand, we have to observe the regulative moral principles, and on the other hand, we have to develop our tendency to serve Krishna more and more. By serving Krishna, we become moral. However, if we try to be moral without serving Krishna, we will fail. Therefore, so-called followers of morality are always frustrated. The goal is transcendental to human morality. We have to come to the platform of Krishna consciousness in order to be truly moral. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, Yasyati Bhaktir Bhagavat Akinchana Sarver gunais tatra samasate sura. Harav bhaktasya kuto mahad guna. Monoratanasati dahavato bayi. All the demigods and their exalted qualities, such as religion, knowledge, and renunciation, become manifest in the body of one who has developed unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. On the other hand, a person devoid of devotional service and engaged in material activities has no good qualities. Even if he is adept at the practice of mystic yoga or the honest endeavor of maintaining his family and relatives, he must be driven by his own mental speculations and must engage in the service of the Lord's external energy. How can there be any good qualities in such a man? The conclusion is that we cannot be moral without being devotees. We may artificially try to be moral, but ultimately we will fail. Krishna consciousness purifies the intelligence, the mind, and the senses. Since everything is purified, there is no chance in being employed in anything but Krishna. Anyone can do this under the proper guidance, whereas not everyone can do so. The common man does not have sufficient intelligence to control himself without spiritual exercise. Yet, despite this intelligence, there is no clear conception of God. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna tells Sri Krishna, Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram Paramam Bhavam, Purusham Sasvatam Divyam, Adidevam Ajam Vibhum. You are the supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode and purifier, the absolute truth and the eternal divine person. You, Krishna, are the primal God, transcendental and original, and you are the unborn and all-pervading beauty. The word pavitram means the purest. This includes all morality. Acting in Krishna consciousness is the best morality, and this is supported in Bhagavad Gita. Apichet sudarachara bhajante mam ananyabhak sadur eva samantavya samyak vyavasito hisaha. Even if one commits the most abominable actions, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated. Even if a person is considered immoral from the mundane point of view, he should be regarded as moral if he acts on the platform of Krishna consciousness. Sometimes a person in Krishna consciousness may appear to act immorally. For instance, in the dead of night, the young cowherd girls of Vrindavana left their husbands and fathers to go to the forest to see Krishna. From the materialistic point of view, this is immoral. But because their actions were connected with Krishna, they are considered highly moral. By nature, Arjuna was not inclined to kill, even at the risk of his kingdom. But Krishna wanted him to fight. Therefore, Arjuna entered the battle and acted morally, even though he was killing people. Therefore, morality is absolute as long as it is in relation with Krishna. If Krishna or his representative says, do this, that act is moral. We cannot create morality. We cannot say, I am a devotee of Krishna. Therefore, I can kill. No, we cannot do anything unless we receive a direct order Unless we are Krishna conscious, there is no meaning to honesty and morality. They are artificial. People are always saying, "This is mine," but our accepting proprietorship is actually immoral because nothing belongs to us. Ishavaisham idam sarvam, Ishopanishad 1. Everything belongs to Krishna. We cannot say, "This table is mine, this wife is mine, this house is mine." It is immoral to claim another's property as our own. That is a general definition, but we should know that is beneficial for others. Krishna consciousness is beneficial, and anything else is not beneficial. For instance, we state that stealing, lying, cheating, hating, and other evils are absolutely bad. Yet, if there is a necessity to cheat or lie in order to serve Krishna, would that be bad? Cheating and lying are not necessary. By cheating, we cannot serve Krishna. That is not the principle. However, if Krishna directly orders us to cheat, that is a different matter. But we cannot create that order. We cannot say, because I am Krishna conscious, it is all right for me to cheat. No. However, once Krishna asked Yudhishthira to go tell Dronacharya that his son was dead, although his son was not. This was a kind of cheating, but because Krishna directly ordered it, it was all right. Orders from Krishna are transcendental to everything. Morality and immorality. In Krishna consciousness, there is neither morality or immorality. There is simply good. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. What's being said here is that whatever Krishna says is the truth. But we have to be sure that the words of Krishna are not contaminated by speculation. If we simply follow the instructions of Krishna, we will never be fooled, we will never be ignorant, we will never commit sinful activities, etc. Therefore, it's important to hear regularly what Krishna says and learn from Krishna how to be moral, how to be a genuine devotee, how to be surrendered to the Lord, how to engage in pure devotional service. This is real knowledge. This type of knowledge is real. Other types of knowledge are not necessarily helpful in having a spiritual life. So therefore, it says here, cheating and lying are not necessary. By cheating, we cannot serve Krishna. That is not the principle. However, if Krishna directly orders us to cheat, that is a different matter. But we cannot create that order. We cannot say, because I am Krishna conscious, it's all right for me to cheat. No. However, once Krishna asked Yudhishthira to go tell Dronacharya that his son was dead, although his son was not dead, this was a kind of cheating. But because Krishna directly ordered it, it was all right. Orders from Krishna are transcendental to everything, morality and immorality. In Krishna consciousness, there is neither morality or immorality. There is simply good. Those whose minds are distorted by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. Demigods are worshipped out according to their own natures. Demigods are worshipped out of lust for some material benefit by one who has lost his intelligence. You may worship the demigod Saraswati, the goddess of, learning, and thereby become a great scholar. But how long will you remain a scholar? When your body dies, your scholarly knowledge is finished. Then you have to accept another body and act accordingly. So, how will scholastic knowledge help you? However, if you worship God Himself, the results are different. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tattvata chakvadeham punarjanma naiti mam eti so Arjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. That's a statement by Krishna. To worship God means to know God. Knowing God means understanding how material nature is working under His directions. Krishna says, Maya dakshena pakriti suyate sacharacharam hetuna nena konteya jagat viparivartate. This material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and it is producing all moving and unmoving beings. By its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Because impersonalists cannot understand how a person can direct the wonderful activities of material nature, they remain impersonalists. But actually, God is a person, and this is the understanding we get from Bhagavad Gita. Matak parataram nanyat kinshit asti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre manigana iva. O conqueror of wealth, Arjuna, there is no truth superior to me, meaning Krishna. Everything rests upon me, meaning Krishna, as pearls are strung on a thread. The word matak refers to a person. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matak sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddhas bhava samanvita. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. This is Krishna speaking. The wise who know this perfectly engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. The Vedanta Sutra also confirms that the absolute truth is a person. And when Arjuna understood Bhagavad Gita, he addressed Krishna as Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram Paramam Bhavam. You are the Supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode, the purifier, the absolute truth, and the eternal divine person. Understanding the absolute truth means understanding the three features of the absolute truth: the impersonal, the localized, and the personal. Vedanti tat tattvavidas tattvam yajganam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti sabhyate. Learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth call this non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. The absolute truth is one, but there are different features. One mountain seen from different distances appears different. From a far distance, the absolute truth appears impersonal. But as you approach, you see Paramatma present everywhere. When you come even nearer, you can perceive Bhagavan, the Supreme Person. Beauty, knowledge, strength, wealth, fame, and renunciation are all transcendental. In this material world, everything is a perverted reflection. A foolish animal may run after a mirage in the desert, thinking it water, but a sane man knows better. Although there is no water in the in the desert, we cannot conclude that there is no water at all. Water certainly exists. Similarly, real happiness, beauty, knowledge, strength, and the other opulences exist in the spiritual world. But here, they are only reflected pervertedly. Generally, people have no information of the spiritual world. Therefore, they have to imagine something spiritual. They do not understand that this material world is imaginary. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvata tyakvadeham punarjanma naitimam eti sarjana. One who knows the transcendental nature of my, meaning Krishna, appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. Although people are reading Bhagavad Gita, they cannot understand this very simple point. After giving up the material body, the devotee goes to Krishna. Of course, the Christians say that after death one goes to heaven or hell, and to some extent that is a fact. If we understand Krishna in this lifetime, we can go to Krishna's eternal abode. Otherwise, we remain in this material world to undergo the same cycle of birth and death. That is hell. Hare Krishna. See, that's very interesting. The Christians, first of all, believe you only live once. They also believe that when you die, that's it. Finished. Both of those statements in Christianity are false. You don't only live once. You have an eternal soul. You can die and then get another body. So you never actually die. And number two, we have to be always engaged in devotional service in order to understand our relationship with God. If we do not cultivate knowledge of Krishna, we will unwittingly commit sins. We will unnecessarily engage in illicit activities. We will more or less be our own enemy due to ignorance. There's so many people that are ruining their life due to ignorance. If they only sit down and hear Bhagavad Gita spoken by genuine devotees, they could avoid that ignorance. But no, they want to watch television, they want to hear baseball, football, basketball, all the balls. So they basically remain ignorant because they do not have any connection with a genuine devotee. if you have a connection with a genuine devotee, you will not be fooled. You will not act like a fool. You will not talk like a fool. You will not accept foolish so-called knowledge. You'll be very, very sharp and understand who is a devotee, who is not a devotee, and associate with genuine devotees, not with charlatans who cheat you. That's very important. How do you know if a person is genuine or not genuine? Well, one way is to see what that person eats. If they're eating dead bodies, you know that they're not really worth associating with, because they're eating dead bodies. What is a chicken? You go and buy a chicken, right? It's not living. It's already been killed, right? And you eat it. That means you're in ignorance. You're fully ignorant. And also, people are engaging in illicit sex all the time. They're completely ruining their life and their vitality. Someone who wastes their sperm is wasting their vitality and their lifespan. Sperm is a very powerful and potent substance, but it's not meant to be wasted. If you don't waste sperm, then by getting some instruction from genuine devotees, you'll be able to make the sperm go up to your brain, and you'll be very, very sharp and very, very intelligent. But if you waste your sperm and it goes down, you become stupid. And there are a lot of people that are stupid nowadays because they're wasting their sperm. Sperm is very, very special, let's say, substance in the body. If you do not waste your sperm, you'll have long longevity. You'll be healthy, and you'll be intelligent. If you waste your sperm, you become stupid, your health will not be good, and you will not be able to think clearly what is real and what is false. So, it's very important to learn these things by coming regularly to the temple and understanding what is real knowledge and what is fake knowledge. There's so much fake knowledge today, it's overwhelming. But therefore, Prabhupada wrote many books and he opened many temples in order to spread genuine knowledge of how to be a devotee and a lover of Krishna and save yourself from being overwhelmed by ignorance. So, if we simply follow the instructions that Prabhupada has given us, we will never be fooled, we'll never go in the wrong direction, we'll always be on the right path back to Godhead. Okay, I'll stop right there. Are there any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? There should be some questions. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yes, Mataji. You have a question? Haribol. Anybody else have a question? Yes, Prabhu. Speak loudly.
So, so basically, morality is something.
Morality. Yeah.
Is like something which we should not define ourselves or like by reading money books, and like this should be taken by reading the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita and
Yeah.
Bhagavad.
Yes.
But like we have so many books for like children, like Panchtantra and
Well, you're not a child.
Like if I have to let's say it's my
You're not a child, so therefore you have to read the uh, the best shastras. Children, okay, they might not be able to read the shastras right away, so therefore they have the books for children. But don't put yourself in the position of being a child. You have to read Bhagavad Gita as it is, or Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and so forth. You're not a child, and you're not reading books that are meant for children. You have to read the bona fide literatures. Yeah. That's why it says here, Shrotavya Dini Rajendra Nrinam Santi Sahasrasa Apaschitam Atmatatvaram Grihesu Grihimedinam Nidraya Hirdaya Naktam Vya Vayana Chava Vayo Diva Kartanena Rajan Kutumba Paranenava. Those who are materially engrossed, being blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth, are interested in hearing about many different subjects. The lifetime of such envious householders is passed at night, either in sleeping or in sex indulgence, and in the day, either in making money or maintaining family members. Materialists spend much time reading newspapers, novels, and magazines. They have many forms of engagement because they are ignorant of self-realization. They think that life simply means living in a family surrounded by their wife, children, friends. They work hard during the day and for money and racing their cars at breakneck speed, and at night they either sleep or enjoy sex. This is just like the life of a hog or pig, constantly searching for stool. Yet all of this is taking place in the name of civilization. This kind of hoggish civilization is condemned in the Vedic literatures. Krishna advises us to produce grains, eat fruits, vegetables, drink milk, and cultivate Krishna consciousness. In this way, we can become happy. Okay. So, I look forward to drinking milk. At least once a day you should drink milk. Very important. And eat grains, fruits, vegetables, and of course drink milk, and cultivate Krishna consciousness. In this way, we can become happy. Okay? So now we have the way to be happy. You drink milk. You eat fresh vegetables and fruits, and you hear lectures given by genuine devotees, and eventually you go back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Yeah. Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavad Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Bol.
My question is regarding food and consciousness. Food
What?
affects
What?
food and consciousness.
Food.
Food
And consciousness.
Food affects consciousness, not just the body. This is why diet is used as an indicator of spiritual seriousness. So my question is that we should plan to fix our diet plan, our sleeping time, and a plan for the whole day. Because sometimes in a Krishna conscious we feel full energy, full power. We can read Bhagavatam, we can chant so many rounds. But sometimes we got very dull. So my first question is regarding that: how we maintain our time, how many hours we should sleep, and how many times we should eat. And second question, yeah, first
Yeah.
question is this. Second question is
Well, how many times you should sleep, you said, right?
how many hours we should sleep in a day.
6 hours.
Okay.
And how many times we should eat?
Yeah, because sometimes
3
whole
times.
life.
3 times in a day, yeah.
And how many hours we do some exercise, yoga or gym, whatever.
Well, that depends on you. I don't know. You know, you can spend, like 1 hour a day in exercising or walking.
My second question is regarding to our the devotee association. How we understand is that devotee, by that we can grow more and more. We can do more Krishna conscious in studying and japa. How can we understand and relate that good association with a great devotee? How we understand?
I'm not understanding your question.
How we understand there's just so many devotees. How we understand this devotee is good for me, and by that we can grow in spiritual more and more.
Well, that devotee who is always speaking about Krishna and not engaging in any nonsense, not eating nonsense, not talking nonsense, and always helping you to become Krishna conscious. That's the type of person you should associate with. It can be a woman or it can be a man. Okay? Yeah. You don't want to, you don't want to connect to people who have bad habits. Even though they are devotees, but they have bad habits. So those type of people you want to avoid. You want to be with people who actually follow the rules and regulations of Krishna consciousness and are always happy. They don't get into arguments. They don't fight. They don't use bad language. They're always happy and always giving, not taking, giving. Right? Now, those are the type of people you want to associate with. Okay?
Yeah, I have one more question regarding the television. If you want a Netflix some season.
Wait a minute. What is this? Start all over again.
Television means TV.
TV.
Yeah.
Well, what about TV?
Means sometimes we thought that our home TV is there, so we open Netflix and
Well,
watch.
what you do, it's very simple. It's very simple. You open the window. You look up and down, make sure there's nobody on the ground or anything, and you throw the TV out the window. Haribo, Haribo. Okay. And you can also throw the cell phone. You have to be very careful. There are too many weapons of distraction. Yeah.
Yes, Maharaj. but
All those things are weapons of mass distraction. That means
phone is a primary distraction. How can we put in trash?
what?
This
What-
mobile phone is a primary distraction. When we open, there's just so many reels, and we scroll. It's
All right, well, then open the window and throw it out. If you can't use it properly, then, you throw it away. You won't be, let's say, tempted to hear nonsense or see nonsense. Okay? Haribol. Yeah, thank you very much. Any other questions or comments? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jai Shri Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai. Okay, I'm going to read something else here. It's a very interesting book. It's called Dialectic Spiritualism by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Not many people have this book, but I do. So, Prabhupada is talking about, let me see here. Sarvadharmam parityaja mamekam saranam vraja. Aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshisyami masucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me, Krishna says. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Bhagavad Gita 18.66. Still, due to obstinance, people refuse or do not believe Krishna. The Vedas also tell us, don't remain in the dark well. Come out into the light. Unfortunately, people want to become perfect and yet remain in the dark well. This material universe is by nature dark, and therefore Krishna has supplied the sun and moon for light. Yet, there is Krishna's kingdom, which is different. As Krishna himself tells us in Bhagavad Gita, Natad pasayate suryo, na sasanko na pavaka, yad gatvana nivartante tadama paramam mama. That abode of mine is not illuminated by the sun or moon, nor by electricity. One who reaches it never returns to this material world. In Krishna's kingdom, there is no need for sun, moon, or electricity. His kingdom is all effulgent. In the darkness of this material world, the only happiness is in sleep and sex. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sotavya Dini Rajendra Nirnam Santi Sahasrasa Apasyatam Atmatatvam Grihesu Grihamedinam Nidraya Hridyate Naktam Vyavayena Shava Vaya Diva Chartahaya Rajan Kutumba Paranena Eva. Those who are materially engrossed, being blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth, are interested in hearing about many different subjects. O Emperor, O Krishna, the lifetime of such envious householders is passed at night, either in sleeping or in sex indulgence, and in the day, either in making money or maintaining family members. Materialists spend much time reading newspapers, novels, and magazines. They have many forms of engagement because they are ignorant of self-realization. They think that life simply means living in a family surrounded by their wife, children, and friends. They work hard during the day for money, racing their cars at breakneck speed, and at night they either sleep or enjoy sex. This is just like the life of a hog or pig, constantly searching for stool. Yet all of this is taking place in the name of civilization. This kind of hoggish civilization is condemned in the Vedic literatures. Krishna advises us to produce grains, eat fruits, vegetables, drink milk, and cultivate Krishna consciousness. In this way, we can become happy. Haribol. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Where did he go? He went, he left. Where did he go? That's all right, that's all right. All right, any other questions or comments? Any other questions or comments? Always remember, no questions, no comments.
What is word means the dialectic?
Dialectic, yeah. It's a very fancy word. It means that in life, there is different ways of understanding things. So dialectic spiritualism means that you see things through the prism of knowledge. You don't meditate, or you don't you don't make things up. You are able to understand things based on genuine knowledge. And you're able to understand what is real and what is false. Dialectic spiritualism means that you can understand what is the truth and separate the truth from what is false. Okay. Why don't you look it up in a dictionary? Dialectic. What does it say?
It says it's a method of philosophical reasoning and conversation rooted in ancient Greek Socratic dialogue that seeks truth by reconciling opposing contradictory ideas, thesis and antithesis into a higher synthesis.
Yeah, basically, dialectic means that you seek the truth, right? Through discussion, through different types of, let's say, philosophical discussions and so forth, and you come eventually to the truth. Okay, well, I think we came to the truth tonight. Huh? Yeah.
Similar meaning for the dialect. It says dialect is a method of discovering truth,
Yeah.
or understanding through reasoned discussion,
Yeah.
debate,
Yes.
or examination of opposing ideas
Yeah.
to reach a more complete conclusion.
Here it is. Well, I think we reached our conclusion tonight. Our takeaway for today. Sarva dharma parityaja mamekam saranam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami ma sucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me, meaning Krishna. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. There it is. That is our takeaway for today. Sarvadharmam purityaja mamekam saranam vrajaham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshishyami ma sucha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto Krishna. Krishna will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Still, due to obstinance, people refuse or do not believe Krishna. The Vedas also tell us, don't remain in the dark well. Come out into the light. Unfortunately, people want to become perfect and yet remain in the dark well. This material universe is by nature dark, and therefore Krishna has supplied the sun and moon for light. Yet there is Krishna's kingdom, which is different. As Krishna himself tells us in the Bhagavad Gita, Natad pasayate suryo na sa sanko na pavaka yad gatva na nivartante tadama paramam mama. That abode of mine is not illuminated by the sun or moon, nor by electricity. One who reaches it never returns to this material world. Yeah, because everything in the spiritual world is full of light emanating from the body of Krishna. Okay. So there's a lot more, but are there any other questions anyone would like to ask? So, it says here, those who are materially engrossed, being blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth, are interested in hearing about many different subjects. The lifetime of such envious householders is passed at night, either in sleeping or in sex indulgence, and in the day, either in making money or maintaining family members. Materialists spend much time reading newspapers, novels, and magazines. They have many forms of engagement because they are ignorant of self-realization. They think that life simply means living in a family surrounded by their wife, children, and friends. They work hard during the day for money, racing their cars at breakneck speed, and at night they either sleep or enjoy sex. This is just like the life of a pig, constantly searching for stool. Yet all of this is taking place in the name of civilization. This kind of hoggish or pig-like civilization is condemned in the Vedic literatures. Krishna advises us to produce grains, eat fruits, vegetables, drink milk, and cultivate Krishna consciousness. In this way, we can become happy. Haribol. So I'm going to drink milk now. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Drink milk and be happy.